Alright, new ban list, and I can already see that I'm going to be disappointed from this one. Let's look at the cards to be limited. We have Fluanderies and M-Pen. Why is this deck still getting hit? I have not run into Fluanderies at all in the last months. I don't know who still plays this. Is it still that good? Let me know in the comments for someone that isn't a massive Fluanderies player who has given up after they've set the field spell to 1. But I don't know, the barrier statue is gone, the field spell is at 1, now this is at 1. Not sure if it makes much of a difference, and it doesn't for my budget list, but I think. But yeah, I don't think this was necessary. But yeah, Konami does things very, 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 very delayed. So yes, we now get the sprite hits as well that we could have gotten like half a year ago in theory. But no, we're probably getting this now. Eradicator Epidemic Virus is a card that I do agree with. This card it's just like borderline annoying to deal with, because if your deck plays around traps or spells, you just lose basically once your opponent resolves this. It is kind of searchable, now it is not that much anymore, so at least there's that, and 1 should be fine-ish. Although for me it's always this like, yeah, decks can still integrate it into the deck, and yes, it's way less likely that they'll get it, but every time they get it off against a deck where it hurts, it's still annoying. Maybe they'll stop playing it completely then because they can't search us anymore, and maybe it just doesn't make sense then to run it at 1. But it's the same as like cards like Raigeki, where back in the days, if you just get them at one time, it just feels ultra sacky and then still annoying. Yes, it happens a lot less, and it makes the deck that run this at consistent level a lot less good. But when you pull it off, it's so annoying. So I don't understand where the difference is between banning it and limiting it for these kind of cards. For like Flanderies and Impen, you can at least search the card, and then it's like, oh, maybe you have to jump through more hoops if you want to keep this card up. So I understand it, but for the Epidemic Virus, you might as well just ban it if you think it's too overpowered anyway. Just my personal opinion. Elements, of course, we're going after like a rare card and not after any super rares or ultra rares, because that is how we do it here. Yes, another consistency hit, although in my opinion you should have just still hit the Rishizu cards. I don't know. Who would have thought that the last ban list did not do that much to elements, and we have to keep going. Very annoyed for the Paleo variant, because you can basically not play this anymore now. And yeah, very, very annoyed about this one, because I don't think this card needs to be limited. It's if you don't have that many mill cards that get you this card in the graveyard, it doesn't really matter all that much. But with off the mill cards, it is somewhat of a play starter. Don't know. Like I think there's better options to hamper elements, but it is what it is. Konami decided on that one, and I'm gonna be annoyed about it. We have cards to be semi-limited. Branded Fusion, another one of those. Like, yes, it hampers branded decks quite a lot because it makes them get to branded fusion a lot less. I don't know if 2 is the right ratio for this, or if 1 is the ratio you want it to be, or if some of the extra deck cards you want to deal with, or if Aluba is the card you want to deal with. You can deal with lots of things in branded, and depending on what you deal with, the deck will be pushed in different directions. 2 branded fusion will hamper the deck 100%, but it's not going to make it unplayable, and it's not going to make it go away from the meta. It's gonna stay, if I'm not mistaken, because you have so many ways of searching branded fusion anyway, and you have quite a few different plays now besides branded fusion as well, so it should not make too much of an impact, but it will have like a slight impact, I'd say. Sprite Jet, kind of the same thing. Sprite Jet, very annoying, because that also hampers all of my Sprite budget decks, because they usually didn't use that many super rares, and Sprite Jet was one of the good ones. So having this go down to 2 makes it a lot less consistent, and that is kind of what they want to achieve with all of these hits. I guess for Sprite it's good that they don't ban any extra deck monsters, which you don't have to. I think Sprite is fine if you hamper the consistency a little bit. Swap Frog, don't know. I feel like frogs have endured enough because of Sprite. Very annoying that Swap Frog is also a 2 now. I can already see one frog player getting very annoyed about this, and I'm a bit annoyed about it too. It's just like unnecessary, because in the end, the overpowered thing about Sprite is mostly what they can do with the extra deck monsters, and we've seen it in the TCG. You can still play the deck if you ban one of the extra deck monsters, so it's not too bad, but they don't like banning things. I see it in Master Duel. There's basically nothing being banned really, and if it's been banned, then it's something, yeah, that should have been common for a long time. But no, we love the semi-limited list, especially in Master Duel. There's so many cards on there now, isn't there? It's insane. Yeah, not something I'm personally very happy about, but I know lots of you agree with the consistency hits in that kind of regard. So there you go, there you have it. You should be happy. I hope you are, because I'm not overly with that one. And we have cards for which the limit is lifted. We have Metaverse. Who'd have thought 2 or 3 Metaverse doesn't make much of a difference. I don't feel like Metaverse does anything besides enable floodgates. kind of annoying. But yeah, I'd rather have 1 terraforming than 3 metaverse, but it is what it is. They do it that way. That's it for the deck list. That's it for the Forbidden Limited list. We will see what happens now. Tier limits might be a tiny bit worse now. I don't even know. We have Sprite is going to be significantly worse. Not like really worse, because they already have Sprint as a new card, and they have the Trap card. So there's plenty of stuff you can still do with Sprite. Guess keeps it in check a tiny bit with Blue and Jet at 2. So there's that, but still playable 100%. It's just going to be a bit less good some of the time, question mark. It's okay, like, might as well have banned starter then or something, and then just kept it the same way, so you have to run certain extra deck monsters and whatnots. I don't know, it's different, it's okay, do it the way you want it to. This also kind of works for what you're trying to achieve. Hope you have a nice day. It's an okay ban list, I guess. Meh.